You're listening to episode 10 of the Fearless English podcast. Welcome to the Fearless English podcast, where it's all about helping you confidently communicate with anyone without compromising who you are. Let's get started, Fearless Learner. Hello, Fearless Learner. Today, I want to talk about how you can read more books. Now, I always have many students, colleagues, friends asking me how they can improve their reading. So I decided to record this episode to help you learn how you can start reading more. Step 1 is to figure out where you are. So what do you enjoy reading? What genre do you enjoy reading? I want you to do a little research, experiment, dabble with different types of genre and find out which genre you enjoy. Now, I've linked a website in the show notes that the O magazine have written, which is Oprah Winfrey's magazine. And she talks about all the different genres, and she also gives examples of the genres. So, for example, if you like detective and mystery, maybe you'll like stories from Agatha Christie. So, click on the link in the show notes and you'll find out all the different genre and the recommended books. And this is when you can get started and learn more about what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. Because a lot of people feel guilty about reading something, starting and feeling like they have to finish, which takes me to step number 2. If you don't like the book that you're reading, you don't have to finish the book. It's really like there's nobody watching you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to feel guilty. Sometimes you just won't enjoy a book and it's okay to put it down. So that's step number 2. If you do find a book that you want to give a try, but then when you start reading it, you don't really enjoy it, then you don't have to finish the book. But what I do recommend is read at least the first 2 chapters, because that's when you're starting to get to know the characters, the setting, and so on. And usually this part is not as great as when you start to get to know the characters and so on. The next tip that I want to give you is you don't have to read in order to read, if that makes sense. You can also listen to someone else reading for you. And these days we have Audible and other apps that allow us to listen to someone else reading. So if you're not someone who enjoys reading, or you've given it a try, then Audible and other apps might help you, read without actually reading. Now, I usually read Audible when I'm outside, I'm at the gym, I'm cleaning the house. It's a great way to read when I can't read. So that's the next thing I want you to think about. How can you incorporate someone else reading to you when you're unable to read? The next step is to commit to reading a certain number of pages per day. And also incorporate it into your daily routine. So either in the morning, the first hour in the morning, you read before, you start your day, or at the end of the day, you read when you're about to go to sleep. You read until you feel sleepy, then you put your book away. So making it a daily habit and incorporating it in your daily life. This is something I definitely do at night, especially when I'm about to sleep. I like to read a few pages until I feel like I want to sleep. I feel sleepy. Then I will put the book down. Now, if you want a little bit more accountability, then I would suggest that you start a book club. Now, this book club, like all you have to do is, invite a few friends, find a book, and get together once or twice a week to talk about what you've read. Now, I have a friend who has a book club, a teacher. What she does is she selects the books for the students read it and they analyze it together, and she helps them identify the symbols in the books and so on. She is amazing at what she does. And if you're interested in joining, I've added her Instagram account in the show notes. Click on the link to go and chat to her about joining her book club. All right. So, my friend, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of How to Read More. I can't wait for you to pick one of these tips that I've given you and get started immediately. Remember that reading helps you expand your vocabulary, it prevents cognitive decline, and it can also help you concentrate more. What more do you need to get started immediately? I've also included a list of different websites that have the best books available. So some books from, the best books that have ever been sold, the best novels, and hopefully the list of books can help you find your perfect book. All right, my friend, I will see you later. Bye. If you enjoyed today's lesson, then you'll love our speaking club, where we take what we learn in these lessons and put it into action. You'll get to meet other women and practice speaking English every week for an hour. All you have to do is go to www.blackboardenglish.com/cup. I'll say that again, www.blackboardenglish.com/cup. Let's work together to help you become a confident English speaker. See you in class.